Hello, beautiful vloggers. It's your girl Shay, and I am here with another Basketball Wives review and recap. This is season 6, episode 13. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out the timestamps in the description box if you want to go and skip ahead, okay? So let's begin. Jennifer Williams is back. A lot of people are excited about it. I'm kind of excited about it. So, let's dive right in. We see her at the beginning of the episode hanging out with Tami. They're doing like a cute little photo shoot with Tami's daughter, Lyric, who I guess is getting into the modeling game or whatever. She's cute. The clothes were cute. It was some nice little bathing suits and stuff like that. So they were having like a quick little conversation about Tami's relationship with some of the girls. And when they got to talking about Malaysia, Tami was like, me and her aren't as cool as we once were or whatever, because of her kind of stressing the issue of trying to make everybody friends with Brandy. And I am a huge fan of Malaysia. I love Malaysia, but at the same time, I totally agree with Tami that Malaysia was pressing the issue. If people don't want to hang out with Brandy, they don't have to. And Tami is well within her right to be like, I don't want to hang out with your friend, and Malaysia should respect it, and she didn't. So it's causing her some friction with her other friendships or whatever. And then they get to talking about Evelyn, and Jennifer was saying, how do you feel about Evelyn or whatever, and Tami was like, I don't know if she's really changed per se. I don't think she's the same girl who was throwing bottles and stuff like that, but I don't know if she's done a full, I guess you could say, like 180. So she was still like hesitant to say that Evelyn has changed completely, but that she has, toned down her anger and her temper. And I think that is true. The only time we've really seen Evelyn really lose it this season was the whole situation with, Jackie and the whole blog, build a whore comments or whatever. So, that was a cute little moment of them having that conversation. And Jen was sad that her and Evelyn are no longer friends. Their friendship ended really badly. And I know that Jen was saying that she was upset because they had a friendship before Basketball Wives. So for their friendship to have ended and to be in the space that it's in now, where it's just so awkward and all of that, when they were good friends before the show even began, and now partly because of this show, they are no longer friends. So I know that she was feeling some type of way. I think everybody wants definitely for them to get together and try to mend things and hash it out and get over it. Tami was definitely saying something like, I don't know if I could be friends with a chick who tried to run across the table and slap me. But I was like, I had to agree with her. Like, I don't know if I could be going back to a friendship like that either. But at the same time, they have so much history. They were friends for so long. I think that at this point, Jennifer's ready to bury the hatchet. So is Evelyn. So if they're ready to do that, then why not let them? I think that it would be a cute moment. It would be a good moment to show that they have evolved. That I sound so New Yorkish right there. Evolved. They have, evolved or whatever. That's just like a cool moment or whatever. So I would love to see that. So, later on in the episode, Jennifer also met up with Shaunie. And of course, the topic of conversation there was also Evelyn. And Shaunie was saying how she wants them to be cool. She wants them to make up. She wants everything to be okay, like it once was, and all of this stuff. And that, I was kind of like iffy about the whole situation with Shaunie, because she was acting like she missed Jennifer so much, and maybe she has, who am I to say she hasn't? But at the same time, I did feel like when they were in Miami, when Evelyn and Jennifer fell out, Shaunie definitely chose sides, and she definitely chose Evelyn's side. It was very obvious. No matter who Evelyn was beefing with, she always chose Evelyn's side. There was even times where Tami and Evelyn got into it, and she always chose sides for Evelyn. So I was kind of sketchy on it. I mean, maybe just like Jennifer and Evelyn have moved on, Shaunie has moved on as well, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But I was kind of like, okay, girl, you really want them to be tight, and you really miss Jennifer being around and stuff like that, but you wasn't really riding for Jennifer like that, in my opinion. So, I guess, all right, if you say so, but, like I said, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, because she may have moved on and be in a different place, in a different space in her life, as well as the other ladies. So I will give Shaunie that. But I do recall when the whole beef went down between Evelyn and Jennifer, Shaunie definitely let it be known that she was team Evelyn in that whole situation. And Evelyn was wrong in that situation. I still like Evelyn, but when the whole beef happened between Evelyn and Jennifer, like, that, I mean, let's not go back into that, but Evelyn was definitely wrong back then. I like Evelyn now and how she's evolved and how she's continuing to evolve, but you know, but she admitted this episode she wasn't perfect. She even apologizes to Jennifer later on in the episode, so she knows that, you know, she wasn't always good to Jennifer. That's not really I don't even think that's really debatable. So yeah, but anyway, Shaunie was saying that she wants the two of them to have a one-on-one and just like have a conversation and be able to move past some things. So Jennifer was saying that she's open to that and she wants to go ahead and try that out. So, you know, she seemed like she was a little iffy about it. Like, okay, are you sure that's a good idea? But Shawnee's like, I think that the two of y'all can do it. I think that y'all have gotten to a place where y'all mature enough. Y'all can have that conversation one-on-one. Y'all don't really need anybody else there to mediate, blah, blah, blah. So look forward to seeing them too. Now, moving on, the next moment that really caught my attention was when Evelyn met up with her daughter Shanice and told her about all of the stuff that Jackie said, because as we know, you know, Jackie referenced the comments about Shanice possibly being a builder whore. Now, let me say this, okay? You know, I really don't go for people, but I'm going to say this because there's been some people in my comment section who got some things they want to say to me. Because, you know, people feel like I was wrong for saying that Jackie should have never said the builder whore comment, because according to them, Jackie has always stated that she wasn't calling Shanice a builder whore. The blogs have called Shanice a builder whore. The point that I am making is this. Yes, Jackie has always said that the blogs was calling Shanice a builder whore, but don't say it like Jackie didn't use that as a way to throw shade. She brought up the builder whore comments from the blogs as a way to shade Shanice. She didn't just bring it up to say, hey girl, you know, let me tell you what's being said about your daughter out here so you could check whoever's saying it. She said it in a way where, girl, you talking about me as a parent, let's talk about you in the blog saying that your daughter is a builder whore and that you teaching your daughter and bringing your daughter up to be a whore. That's what you were saying. So, you know, all these people who trying to check me, listen, boo, if you're going to check me about something, it's not going to be this, because this is what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, whether she got the information from somebody else or she made it up herself, at the end of the day, she still used it as a way to throw shade at somebody's daughter because she was mad that Evelyn threw shade at her as a parent. So either way, both Evelyn and Jackie were wrong. I can have a lively discussion with, you know, people in my comment section as long as it's respectful. As long as you respect me, I'm going to respect you. So, you know, I don't have a problem with people telling me in the comment section how they feel, if they disagree, whatever. As long as it's on a respectful level, I will always show that same respect to you. But as far as this goes, I really don't feel like I was wrong. Whether you came up with the comment or somebody else came up with it and you just used it, you still said it in a mean, derogatory, negative way. Just like she said what she said in a mean, derogatory, negative way. Both of y'all were wrong. Both of y'all were throwing jabs. It's 50-50. Like, I don't take it back. Both of them was wrong. It is what it is. Moving on. So, and that's just how I feel about it. So, anyway, okay. So, Evelyn gets, like, really upset about the situation when she's talking to Shanice, telling Shanice what happened and what was said and everything. She's in tears. You know, she's basically crying, and she was like, you know, Jackie shouldn't be coming for me about my daughter, and she shouldn't be coming to me saying anything about you, Shanice, because at the end of the day, she was a shitty mother, and that's why her daughter is writing a book about her. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about this book. I haven't read it or nothing. I don't even know if it's out yet, but I did see some excerpts from it on a couple different blog sites or whatever, and girlfriend is giving details about Jackie. She's saying stuff like, nah, I don't know if any of this is true. I'm just telling you what I read from some excerpts in a book, and she's saying stuff about Jackie, like Jackie was a booster, and that she used to, her and, well, I really don't know if this is true because Jackie's mother is deceased if I'm not mistaken, but she was saying that her and Jackie, Takari, and a grandmother used to go out, and they used to make it a whole day thing, and they would go from mall to mall getting clothes, and the kids would just sit in the car while she was getting all this stuff. And I don't know if she was trying to say what her mother was stealing it or what, but I'm just like, wow, she's spilling a lot of stuff about Jackie in this book about, you know, how she was treated versus how Shaunie was treated, all kind of stuff. So I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna buy it and read it, but it looked like she is spilling all kind of dirt, all kind of tea. So anyway, Evelyn references that, and she's like, you was such a shitty mother that your daughter writing a book about it. You was a shitty mother and a shitty grandmother and all this stuff. And then, she was crying, and she was like, I worked hard to make sure I was a great mother. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. This is what Evelyn's saying to Shanice, but she was like, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'm really working hard to make sure I'm a great mother, that I treat my kids right, and that I'm good to you and your brother and all this stuff. Because, she got the son, Leo, with Crawford. She's like, I'm making sure I do everything right by my kids and all of this stuff, and that she will never be friends with Jackie again, because she feels like to ever be friends with Jackie again would be a slap in the face to her daughter, that it would be a slap in the face to Shanice to ever be cool with Jackie again. So I found that interesting. Like, I get where she coming from, because she feel like, okay, you shaded my daughter, but Jackie probably feel the same way about Evelyn. Like, you came for me as a mother and a grandmother. And I think that part of why Jackie is pissed off is because Jackie always felt like Evelyn wasn't coming from a good place with that GoFundMe account. Not the account, but when she gave Takari that money for the GoFundMe page, Jackie always wondered if Evelyn was coming from a good place. So now that you throwing shade about her parenting, Jackie feels like Evelyn probably was never coming from a good place. And Evelyn is like, you was throwing shade at my daughter and all this stuff. So the two of them probably never gonna be cool. I really am not even gonna take sides in this fight, because at the end of the day, I think that in this situation, I stick by what I said. I think that both of them have been wrong at certain aspects and in certain ways. I kind of agree with Tami. They both have thrown stones at each other, so it's not really for me to take sides. At the end of the day, I really don't know how they're gonna move past this situation, or if they're ever gonna move past it, but I'm definitely gonna be watching to see what happens. So that's just what it is. So, Tami was calling around, inviting all the girls to her comedy show. So we get to the actual comedy show or whatever. Super excited about it, because I want to see what it was all about. I watched Tami's Bonnet Chronicles, and I think it's really funny. She says some really funny stuff. She curses like a sailor. She will go off. She'll let you have it. Like, Tami's funny as hell to me. So I was kind of excited to see, which way her career is going in this route. And speaking of her career, she actually brought up the shade that Brandy threw. It was like a couple reunions ago when Brandy called her some kind of sugar mama and said, you just jumped from TV show to TV show. And she was like, yeah, because I'll never be waiting on a man to take care of me and all of this stuff. And then she mentioned Duffy. She threw the shade at Duffy. I thought she was going to throw the shade at Brandy, but she actually threw it at Duffy. And then, she was saying something about how, she did a joke about how she'd never be out here screwing three different men to secure a bag to make sure that she's well taken care of. And then she mentioned Evelyn, so that was shade at Evelyn, because you remember in the beginning of the season, she said the whole 3 players associations thing. So that was definitely some shade towards Evelyn, but Evelyn wasn't there. I don't know how. I really wonder how Evelyn would have took that if Evelyn was there. I wanted to see what Evelyn's reaction is going to be at the reunion, because they're going to replay that at the reunion. It's coming up. So I'm like, ooh, I want to know. But anyway, yeah, so that was, but it was like some funny stuff. And then she was saying she wanted to have a threesome with a pretty dumb bitch. And so she would choose Malaysia. I was like, damn, like, I'm not even, like, I'm a huge fan, so I'm not going to sit here and get all of my feelings. At the end of the day, Tami throw some, like, funny ass shade. Like, she cracked some jokes. I laughed at a couple of things. Like, she's really funny. So, kudos to Tami. Good luck to her in her comedy career. I think she definitely could do it. I think that she's got to expand her. I mean, at this point, this is probably like her first comedy show. So, she just doing what she knows. But as she get into it, she probably got to expand what she talks about, because everybody don't watch the Basketball Wives. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be at certain comedy clubs where it's maybe a lot of men. So, they're not going to know what you're talking about. So, later on down the line, she have to expand all the stuff she's talking about, or, expand the subject matter. But other than that, I thought she did really well. I mean, a couple people I talked to was like, it was just like her throwing shade the whole time. But to me, shade is funny. If the shade is funny, the shade is funny. So I laughed. I thought it was funny. So whatever. I liked it. Anyway, so then we move on to Malaysia and Jackie. So we see them hanging out twice in this episode. The first time they was hanging out, they went to the salt spa, and Jackie was in there licking all the salt. I'm like, what if people put their asses on that and stuff? Like, Jackie is funny to me. Like, she's like kooky, like goofy. And she gets into it with a lot of people. She argues with a lot of people, but at the same time, like Jackie is somebody like you can laugh with, you can laugh at, you can just have like a good moment. And her and Malaysia have really have their relationship has definitely evolved because they used to get into it. I remember when the Govines and all of them was on the show, and Malaysia and Jackie was not cool. So it's good to see that they are now in a different place. So they were hanging out. They were talking about the whole build a horror comment and all of that stuff. And Jackie was telling Malaysia about the whole fight in New York and how that went. And then Jackie said she's not a violent person. Now that's why I had to like pause. Like, girl, Jackie saying she's not a violent person, to me, it's like, no, you can't do that. Like, you do have your moments, Jackie. Like, the minute that Jackie says she's not a violent person, I immediately flashed back to last season when she was chasing that girl Angel around that party, and she was trying to get Sunday and another girl to jump the girl Angel, and the girl was scared at the party and security had to like protect her and all of this stuff. Like, I don't know if Jackie should talk about not. Then she tried to fight the other Angel in the parking lot, and then they kept showing the clip of her almost punching the girl in the face. Like, I don't know if Jackie would have talked about she's not violent. Like, we got to discuss that one a little bit. I don't know if I agree with you on that. But anyway, after that, they meet up again and they go to lunch. And, the comedy club situation had already happened. But Jackie decided not to tell Malaysia what Tami said because she didn't want to start any drama, which I kind of respect because, Bonnie, Jill, and some other people on this show have gotten a little bit of shade from me and other people for constantly running back and be like, this person said this and this person said that, and continuing to stir the pot. So, shout out to Jackie for not actually trying to get anything started. I was like, okay, that was a cool moment for Jackie because she just wanted to have a good time with her girlfriend and not bring up some negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a cool little moment right there. So I was like, okay, kudos to Jackie for not bringing up something that could have probably ruined the lunch and turned it into something else that it didn't need to be. So she didn't bring that up. And then Shaunie calls and invites them to this women's empowerment thing. And, Jackie says, oh, well, Malaysia is here with me. And she was like, oh, yeah, Malaysia, you can come because it's going to be women and it's going to be all kinds of substance or something like that. It's women with substance or some shit like that. And I immediately caught the shade. And judging by the look on Malaysia's face, she caught the shade too. So I was just like, oh, okay. So, everybody try to act like Shaunie's so sweet. Shaunie throw that shade too. Because Shaunie had made a little comment a couple episodes ago when Malaysia and Tami got into it about how she feels like Malaysia doesn't have any substance. So that was shade. Don't try to pretend like it wasn't. And so Malaysia caught it, and she was like, oh, okay, something about some substance or whatever. But she caught it, and she let Shaunie know she caught it. But then what I didn't understand is why Malaysia said, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to go, for the invitation. Thank you for the invitation, whatever. So she said she's going to go. And then, as soon as Jackie hang up, Malaysia was like, I lied. Basically, I'm going to Chicago. Now, why wouldn't you just tell her you're not going? Like, I didn't understand the point of Malaysia lying. Like, just tell the truth and be like, you ain't want to go. I didn't get it. Like, that's my girl, but y'all know I don't play that favoritism stuff. I'm going to tell you if I think the person raw. I don't understand why she lied. Like, what was the point? Like, you could have just been like, nah, girl, I'm not rocking with it. I'll be in Chicago, but thanks for the invitation. I'm going to be in Chicago with some people with substance. Like, you could have threw shade while you turned down the invitation if you wanted to, but don't lie. I don't know. But anyway, so that was that. And then the last moment that really stuck out to me was Jennifer and Evelyn. They met up finally. They met up on the beach, and Evelyn was talking about how this is kind of an emotional moment for her to meet up with Jennifer because she pushed a lot of people away after her whole domestic violence situation. And she was like, I don't know if Jennifer is either going to punch me in the face or she's going to call me a bitch. And I'm like, that's usually stuff you was doing to other people. Like, Jennifer wasn't really known for punching people in the face and calling them a bunch of bitches. Like, she did call a couple people a bitch, but she wasn't really known for socking people. That was Evelyn, who was walking around punching people in the face in Miami, but that's another story. So anyway, they get to talking, and, they talk about Jennifer's mother who had passed away and how Evelyn reached out and Jennifer didn't really reach back, and that Evelyn sent flowers and just sent her condolences. But Jennifer was in such a messed up place. She didn't really want to talk. She didn't really want to discuss it. And Evelyn understood what she was talking about, and they hugged it out, and they just had like really good conversation. Evelyn ended up apologizing for being mean to her and all of this stuff, which I thought was very big of Evelyn. I thought it was once again showing that she has matured. She has grown. People like kind of looking at Evelyn like, we're not sure if she's really grown. We're not sure if she's really changed. But I do think she is a lot. There's a lot of difference between who she is now versus who she once was, or who we got to know her to be on the Miami show. So shout out to Evelyn, because I do think she is making a lot of changes, and people should respect that. And I also thought it was really cute that Jennifer had on a shirt that says, I only accept apologies in cash. And then Evelyn was like, okay, well, let me run to the bank then. That was cute. Like, I was happy to see them having like a little cute moment where they could just like laugh and giggle and take it back to their old times where they really enjoyed each other's company, and they were able to get along and have a good time and have fun, and just, let their hair down and be good to one another and have good conversation, all that stuff. So it was overall, it was a pretty good episode. It wasn't like nothing to write home about, but it was good. And then as far as honorable mentions, I know that Hazel, Jackie, and Tami met up, and so next episode, Hazel is going to have some kind of showcase. So I guess we'll get to see next episode whether or not Hazel can sing. I'm really excited to see that. Hopefully she can. But she was on Empire, and a lot of people on Empire can sing. So she probably can sing. I'm excited to see it anyway. And then, yeah, that was all. Okay, and then Cristen was in the park with her daughter calling a boyfriend Joe. And I was just like, girl, she was talking about how he cheated on her and how she found out he cheated because the daughter found a phone, because he broke his phone, and the daughter found the new phone or the old phone or something like that, and some woman popped up and she was scrolling and all this stuff. And I was just like, the stuff they do to be with athletes with money, the stuff they put up with, like, girl, I don't know. But she telling him to hold up the phone and scan the room so she can make sure there's no women there. And I'm like, how can you, like, I understand why y'all together because you love him, but how can you truly be happy if you always worried about stuff like that? Like, I don't know. Well, anyway, hopefully they figure it out, but I don't understand how you could truly be happy in a relationship if you are constantly worried. Like, I mean, people cheat and stuff like that, but when you're dealing with athletes, that's a whole other level of stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, if she like it, I love it. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Did y'all enjoy it? What was going on? What was in y'all mind? Do y'all feel like Jackie was throwing shade? Or do you think she was just innocently bringing up the whole blog situation with the builder whore? Like, I don't, but I guess some people do. Some people are like, oh my God, she was just referencing a blog. Okay, well, she was referencing the blog as shade. So anyway, y'all tell me in the comment section how y'all feel about it. And I guess I will talk to y'all later. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and thank you for stopping by. See you next week. Thank you.